The team that we should obviously talk to Wunder about is G2, and there's a bunch of rumors circulating around the team. Obviously, we're not going to ask you to confirm if Perkz is leaving or not. There are rumors that he could potentially join Fnatic, but I just wanted to just pose it as a thought exercise of like how you think the team would function without Perkz. How much value does he bring behind the scenes? Because I mean, I assume for somebody like you looked up to him a bunch. I mean, this guy has been a champion on multiple different roles. It seems like he's kind of been the heart of G2. How much do you think that actually adds to the value of you guys, or do you think that like because you've been around him so much that G2 would still be able to operate without somebody like Perkz?
I mean, for sure, like right when I joined the team the first time, like Perkz had like a different view, or like he was more confident in. Well, he basically just wanted the team to get good, and he wanted everyone to improve, and it's still like that to this day, right? But of course, we are all like very knowledgeable about the game, and we all have like our ways of helping the team. But he is for sure like a very vocal guy that, I mean, he basically just like wants to win, right? And he does whatever he can to do that. And when I joined the team, he drew a lot of inspiration from I think Mithy and the previous G2 rosters. He had like a lot of things he basically implemented, and he wanted to implement it in the team from those winning rosters, right? Which is also why I joined, right? I wanted to be like a part of something new and something that I could learn from, and I think I learned like a lot during these years, and that's primarily due to him, and also just like the entire environment, I guess, that was built. Also, a lot of it contributed by him, right? Mm-hmm. So I think just in general, like he's been, he's a good teammate to have. There's of course like downsides. There's good and bad things. There's like a lot of added stress that comes with wanting to win, and if you can get frustrated, you can get really stressed out, and it can like turn sour. But I think we've always been able to like overcome like a lot of the like bumps in the road, and because of that, I think we have been able to like win a lot, and a lot of it has been because of him. So I'm for sure like grateful to have him as my teammate. I mean that's basically about Perkz, right?
Yeah. What about him as like an emotional leader? Because I mean, we've had like accounts from Yankos that he was kind of the guy that if there's ever like a rough situation that G2's in, he's the person that's gonna give you guys like the confidence to like lead you into battle, so to speak, before like the next game. Like, do you think that like is added value on top, or is that like not as big a deal for you because you're just like ready to play either way?
I mean, I think we all do our part. Like we all have like different ways of like getting each other ready, and I guess like just I think all like our chemistry with each other, like all 5 players has always been really good, and we know like each other as people as well, so we know how to like talk to. For example, there's different ways of like making sure that Miki is like ready to play it, and making sure that Jankos is ready to play. Like a lot of these players, they can do it by themselves, so they need like a little push, But in the end, like everyone just wants to win, and I think that's primarily why we are like so successful. Is that whatever it takes when it actually matters, we like just strive to win more than anything else. So
yeah, it makes sense. I guess the last question I would ask is like, do you guys think that you guys kind of have peaked with this iteration of this G2 roster? Obviously, you guys have been together 2 years, which is an eternity in esports to have the same exact 5 players for 2 years. Finals last year, semifinals this year. Do you still have like the confidence that this exact roster could win a world championship? Do you think it's just like about like adapting, maybe not having as many bumps in the road like you had this year? Obviously, unfortunate things happened with Perkz losing his father and that limiting practice time in summer split. Do you still have like that full confidence in like this being the first EU roster to win a trophy?
I think for sure like this roster. I mean, I think we've also like shown it that it's possible. I think we have like been through like a lot of different methods, a lot of ways to play the game. We've been through like role swaps and a lot of things, and still I feel like it's like there's just this one team that stopped us, right? They might as well not have been there. They might as well not have been an FPX. They might as well not have been an IG maybe in the semifinals and in the finals in 2018. And this year there might have not been a damn one. And I think we had like a pretty good shot against every other Korean team and every other Chinese team in the tournament. So I think it's just like a matter of time when we'll actually win. I think also, well, of course we can always like take all the experiences we get from every single international tournament and get better. And I think as long as we are not too old and our hands stop working, we can still perform internationally and like perform individually. I think we'll be able to win at some point.
Yeah. By the way, that's why you should definitely hope Damwon wins, because then you can just say, I only lost at the last SEA Worlds to the champion. The only team to beat me in a best of 5. That'd be pretty good.
It's true, yeah. But I mean, we did lose in group stage, honestly.
Sure.
We did lose to Suning. I think in a BO5 we would have more of an edge compared to the group stage, but it's all hindsight. And of course, the finals could just be like they're playing in front of a crowd, right? And they're both like, they're all like very young teams.
Quite inexperienced, yeah.
They could just be joking, and they might be true. Suning might not be able to end the games, or the games would just be over in like 5 minutes because someone makes like a really big fuck up because he's literally just shaking, playing Worlds finals in front of like, I think only maybe like 6,000 people, but still playing Worlds finals against like a lot of people,
stadium
right?
Still, like
in a year like this where there's not been a lot of stage games, maybe more in the Eastern teams, but not like a lot of people attending, like pretty much, I think
0.
Haven't really played in front of a crowd actually this year, so.
Yeah. I guess the last question on it, like let's just assume that these Fnatic rumors, like if there's a chance of the Fnatic rumor turning out, how weird would it be for you to see Perkz in a Fnatic jersey and playing against him? Would that just be like completely surreal?
I mean, Perkz on another team would be really surreal, yeah. But I do think that like Perkz AD carry, Perkz mid lane, like he still has it all right, so he can play both. But Perkz on another team, it would definitely be like really weird to play against. Just like thinking about it would be weird. And even like Caps playing on a different team, and like I think just all of my teammates, honestly, because I mean, me as a player, I've played in 2 teams in LCS or LEC now, and like a lot of the players I played with in like from 2016 to 2017, they're not like as prevalent. Like there's
like
Copper,
Mickey
right?
X, right?
There's Copper, and then there's Mickey X on my team, right? So Copper is basically like the only player that I play against. And he was even in NA, right? So it's like kind of died down a bit. So playing against ex-teammates would generally just be a weird feeling for me.
Yeah. You got to play against Cold a couple times, right? When he was with Unicorns of Love, 2019.
Origin as well?
Yeah, Origin as well.
Origin. In the finals, that was a fun experience. So.
Yeah. Here's the thing, by the way, Dom, because I've got a video that's basically going to address some of these topics. That's why I'm kind of letting you guys go on this one. But one thing that people wouldn't factor in, right, is, like, I'll tell you straight up, I really hope Perkz doesn't join TSM. Like, I would even tell him, listen, mate, that's not even about TSM. Like, just look at the clusterfuck that org has been. Like, it is the talent suppressing.
I think I would die. I think I'd have a stroke.
Put that to one side. You might think naively, if you're an idiot fan, like, I would hate it if Perkz goes and joins Fnatic. Then you've missed completely the way I think about Perkz. If he actually went and joined Fnatic and won, that's the most gangster storyline of ever. Because that was like, listen, I was gangster before when I made the Caps guy leave the team and come and join mine, and we became number 1. The way I make it truly that I own them is I go to his old team. Now I put them on top. What was all that GOAT conversation? Because everyone, I saw the same with you, Dom. I personally still think Perkz is the GOAT. Like, just look at the man's body of work. Like, Caps might be, he's on track to do it, but he's not there for me yet. He's still behind.
It's really
so
close,
the key thing is, no, yeah, for sure. It's a 1A, 1B scenario.
Yeah.
So the key thing for me is this. The downside, if you play AD carry, if you're Perkz, is odds are Caps is going to be a better mid than you're going to be AD. Therefore, all the championships you stack just kind of count to him a little bit more. So if you go elsewhere and you just take them all just for yourself, that is like God tier. Like, that will just make that whole discussion real spicy.
Yep.
So for the movie line storyline, I think it would be cool in a way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think for sure, like, European mid laners, as much as that's been like a thing, I think they're like not performing at all.
Yes.
I think Caps is just like head and shoulders above everyone else. And yeah, I mean, I think if Perkz was to be like a mid laner at some point in time, again, then I think he could like probably like compete with Caps, right? And that was always like the thing that happened. And now they're just on the same team, and now we're just winning everything. So, I mean, if it would happen, there will for sure be more competition for the mid lane. That's one thing I would say for sure.
So we know a lot of what Caps' advantages over Perkz are, like, more mechanical proficiency, like some of the angles he looks for. But Perkz in his own right was a great mid laner himself. Like what from
Very
your
good.
perspective would be like the advantages that what are things that Perkz does actually better than Caps as a mid laner from playing with both?
So I think that yeah, I mean I think that just in general, like Perkz throughout time was more vocal about how like he got more frustrated when the game was not played how he envisioned it or played around him like he would have liked it. So if something if he sees like something happen in the game that doesn't really like benefit the team, but he could have done more with like, for example, like attention. He could have done more with like maybe if his play was the one that was supposed to happen, he would be more vocal about it than Caps would, and he would be more demanding, not necessarily in game, but like in what reviews he would like he would put more attention to like what he felt like was the issue behind like us not progressing as much or us like being like kind of stuck, whereas Caps would think about it maybe more himself and he would try to figure it out, like crack it himself and not be as vocal about it. So I think that's like the main issue. I think for sure like there's downsides and upsides to both of them when they were mid laners or when Perkz was a mid laner. So yeah, I mean I think just like Caps has like these crazy things that he does and has like he has maybe like a more clutch factor. For sure we made like a lot more clutch plays when he was when he was mid laner, and when Perkz was a mid laner, we thought more about like just the game as a whole and how we could approach it instead of like making these last second decisions that could open it up completely. So I think that's like the main difference.